It's like the YouTubers that's like favorite side hustle of 2022. How to make $5,000 a month side hustle 2020. Donating plasma is like number 8 on the list.
What would be number 1 for you? Side hustle.
Side hustle? Just selling drugs.
Hey, will you say something for the vlog?
I'm sorry?
Say something for the vlog.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Let's hear your best real estate tip.
I'm not very good at that. Oh, hey, Nelly. Sorry.
Got a real estate tip?
Well, we'll get you guys a tip later since we couldn't get one off the street, but we could ask them about side hustles though, I bet. Shit, who needs a garage when you have a single carport? All right, guys, we made it to the condo. Another condo, dude. We're the king of condos now. We only did like 1 condo in the first 2 years of business, and now we've done like fucking 6 or 8 in the last year. So we'll do an initial walkthrough, check out the current condition. We'll go through numbers real quick, and then a very important lesson to be learned on this deal.
Yeah. Well, is this your first time in here?
I've seen it before.
Oh, great, dude.
Wow.
First
Are you guys
impression?
ready for the first impression?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh. Can you believe? Oh my God.
Oh!
I know. That is crazy.
Dude, a gang must have been in here.
Look at this door to nowhere.
It's the Winchester Mystery Condo.
Dude, this is insane. We totally just get screwed. Oh my God. Our rehab budget is blown. Filmer almost kills me at the condo. Enough totally legitimate, real reactions. Here it is. This is the condo. It's pretty tiny. 2-bedroom condo, 1 bathroom, single story. It's like 988 square feet. So you can see there are some X's here. Funny story about that. Steve, our project manager, came by. So he marks, we actually haven't seen this on the channel yet, but he'll mark what he wants the guys to demo when they come through here. So it's real easy for them to say keep or not. So that's what he was doing here. And he said, I heard them going over this but afterwards, and he was like, he had just like marked this X, and then he was like, oh shit, I don't know what the scope is. Like, I don't know if we're demoing this tile or not. So he was laughing. He was like, well, it's either getting demoed or they're gonna have to clean it. We are gonna do that. So
You're gonna demo it?
yeah.
Prove it. Tag something.
Oh, dude.
Dude, let's fuck this place up.
Plan here with rehab. Cabinets are good. Definitely gonna do countertops. Appliances are probably, they are functional right now, but they do look fairly old and dated, so we'll probably get some new appliances in here. Tiles coming out. This wall is coming out. We're gonna open this up so it'll be nice and open.
That's gonna be sick.
And it's actually kind of misleading. The door that we came in is kind of like the back door, and this is the actual front door right here. So it'll be super nice to have, you know, this all open, this whole like kitchen, dining room, living room area. And then we're gonna run laminate or LVP flooring throughout. That's why we're getting rid of that tile. So this will all be 1 flooring in here. So X's, that means we're scraping the popcorn. And same thing through here. I don't know, I'm guessing they'll probably do carpet in the bedrooms and then keep the laminate flowing through this hallway right here. And then looks like we're gonna save the vanity here.
Wanna click the light? Can't see fucking shit.
Looks like we're gonna save the vanity here, countertop. And then over here, new toilet. And looks like the tub surround's in pretty good shape, so they'll probably just clean that up and like reglaze it if they need to or do whatever. So really light rehab here, super basic turn. I believe this furnace is like ancient, so we'll probably end up replacing that.
Oh, it's a ream.
It is a ream. It works, but it's ancient. I think it's the original one. That is about it for the rehab plan here. So super simple job. Numbers on this deal. This one's a little bit tight, but we ended up paying $226,000 for this condo.
Jeez.
We have about $20,000 in the rehab budget. So initially when I walked it first and I showed Wes the videos and he was like, oh, we'll spend less than that. But Steve came, after we already owned it, did a more thorough walkthrough and starting to put together the scope scope, so they probably will end up spending the whole 20, especially with replacing that furnace. And our resale on this one, we're hoping to get $295 when we go to sell it. So the profit in this deal, I think, is $22,000 total if we get the $295.
And it could always be more. You never know. It's a seller's market. All right, water's running. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
So, what's the lesson that you just learned? At a condo, just because the water's on the outside doesn't mean that it's on the inside.
And check the water outside. It was running, so I say, all right, we're good to go. I take a piss, check it all, go to flush, and nothing. I even opened the upper decker thing. No water in there. So whoever demos this, dude, they're in for a fucking treat.
So, before we get into the lesson on this deal, we always go through how we found it and how we funded it. How we funded this deal, a single private money investor funded the entire purchase price for us. So we borrowed $230,000 from him. So that covered our $226 purchase price plus the closing costs. We got a small check back at closing, and then we're gonna float the rehab on this one. So we'll be paying for rehab. He pays for the whole purchase price, and then he will get a return at the end when we go to sell this place. Now, for how we found this deal and the lesson to be learned here. So we bought this one straight off the MLS. We don't buy all that much stuff off the MLS, but we do look every single day. So this place came up, and obviously, you know, it didn't have the X's, but it looked exactly like this. There was only a couple photos. They were only taken with a phone. The doors were off just like they are here. So obviously it looks a little distressed from the photos. It was listed at $265, and I kind of had a little bit of inside knowledge about the complex here because one of the condos that we've shown you guys on the channel is actually in the same complex as here. A little bit different floor plan, but it was very similar. That other condo that we did is I think it's only like, oh no, actually that one is 988 square feet. This one is 936 square feet. So very similar. They're both 2-bedroom, and that other one had a extra half bath. So that one's the trade-off is this is a single story condo and that one is 2 stories. So usually you'll get more for a single story versus a 2-story when you go to sell it because if you're, especially for like a condo, like an old person or something, they're not even looking at a 2-story unit. So a little bit smaller, one less half bath, but single story. So I was like, we'll probably sell for about the same amount that we sold that other condo for. When I started digging into it, I pulled comps, and really that's probably why we got this deal. When I went 6 months back in the comps, which is usually what you do to value the property, I have a whole video on comping property. If you guys want to go check that out, I'll drop the card right here. The only one that had sold with this exact floor plan only sold for like $275, and this one was listed at $265. I pulled 12 months back, and one of these exact same floor plan like 7 months ago had sold at $305. So I was like, cool, we have our comp that sold at $295. That's a little bit different. And we have an exact match that sold $305 when things were crazy last spring. It was more upgraded than we're gonna be here, but I was like, okay, you know, those two make it pretty safe for me to assume that we're gonna sell at $295 here. So I ran our resale at $295. We know almost exactly what it's gonna cost us to rehab this place. It's the same exact thing that we just did, and backed into our offer that way. I initially offered them $220, so you can see that's a huge difference. If they're listed at $265, I'm offering $45K underneath their list price. Usually that's like, no way you're gonna get that. Probably because of the lack of comps for what I was looking at. The photos, it was just mismarketed. You know, if they would have just like, the sellers could have just like hung the doors up and got a little bit better photos, it probably would have sold easier. They would have had more offers. They came back at, I think it was like $245 or something, so they dropped quite a bit. I called the agent, I'm like, hey, I'm looking at this one right now. We just did a condo over in that complex, so I'm pretty confident in my numbers here. Most we can do is $225. She's like, okay, let me run that by the seller verbally so I don't waste her time. That usually means like, no, they're not gonna accept it. Comes back the next day, hey, she'll do $226. So got it under contract, came and looked at it, you know, it's exactly what it was in the photos, and ended up closing it.
Lesson learned is always try to nickel and dime, because that was the extra $1,000 she got.
You have to give them the win. Like, obviously she felt like she won the negotiation with that. It's like, all right, whatever. That was the lesson. Look for mismarketed properties. You know, a lot of them are going to be distressed, but even the ones that are okay, like the one in Minden, like that should have sold retail, no problem. But the fact that it had a tenant in it and the fact that it was mismarketed made us able to get a good deal on it.
Let's get out of here.
So that about wraps it up. for this episode. We will be back next week. I don't think we're going to do a between episode. So join us next week and we'll show you guys the after product here. And that'll be after we're listed and probably after we're sold. So we'll see if we were able to make the 22K that we thought we are going to make, and you guys will get to see the before and afters in that episode. So make sure to subscribe if you're new here. Smash that like button, help us out with the YouTube algorithm. And I have a link to my Discord down in the description, so you guys can hop in there totally free, ask any questions you want about real estate or real estate investing, and we will see you on the next episode.